How you doing, guys? It's Bear with Texas Bushcraft. I'm going to show you the updates that I did to my Pathfinder knife and the sheath, and then do a little bit of cutting show, like do a couple of feather sticks with a hardwood and a softwood, and then show some batoning on some different woods. So stick with me and show you that. So I'm going to take this sheath off so I can actually show you guys this the new mod I got. In my original video I did on this knife, I said I was going to try to get some aluminum foil and a couple of 1-quart freezer bags on the sheath, actually, so I have a way to collect water and a way to boil it if I need to while I'm in the bush. It's not the greatest of ways to do it, but it'll work. So here we go. Get behind the camera so I can actually see what I'm saying, what I'm doing here. Get this to focus a little bit here. Alright, guys, so this is the knife, this is the Pathfinder knife, the modifications I've done to it. We've got the 2 Ranger bands on it, like I said in my first video. On the back side here, I've got 2 Fresnel lenses underneath the bottom one, and then underneath this one right here, I've got my mini pocket fishing kit that I showed in my other video. In the front up here, I've got a tiny dog tag size signal mirror with a hole. It's even got the hole in the center of it. And then right here I've got 80 feet of the Vietnam era tripwire, so to use for snare wire. And on my ferrocerium rod here, I got shot cord put around with a clip on it, so that way I can actually wrap it around here, and it won't fall out if I bump against something. It'll actually hold itself there. So in order to take it off, you just pull it off. Pull it out, put it back in, just wrap it around there. It'll keep going, keep it in there. All right, so I put some paracord on for my lanyard here. Did a little cobra weave on it and kept the extra length on there because I actually liked it there. So this gives me a way to hold onto the knife if I need to. And then right here, inside the loop itself, I have 6 feet of heavy-duty aluminum foil folded up, and inside of that I have 2 1-quart Ziploc freezer bags, and I've got it wrapped up with duct tape going one direction. So the duct tape is actually, I've got one layer that's facing out, so the sticky side is away from the aluminum foil, and then the rest of it is actually wrapped around, so the sticky portions won't ever touch the aluminum foil. That way there's no damage to it or anything like that. I don't have to worry about sticky crap being on it. And then on the outside edges, I've got orange duct tape taped to that, and then I taped it, literally duct taped it inside the loop, so it won't move. There's no way that there's going to be any wear and tear on the actual foil or the Ziploc bags, because they're wrapped up in that foil, and the duct tape is going to keep it from actually coming in. So this will fit on my belt still. I've got I think it's probably a 2-inch or a 1 3/4 maybe inch belt that I got from Quartermasters. But anyways, it's also got the sail needle there. Forgive me, guys, I haven't had much sleep, so this is gonna be a little bit fun. All right, so going back over what we got here. This is the Pathfinder knife. I've actually got the measurements written out, so I can tell you exactly how the measurements are size-wise. So let's see, from where the handle ends to the tip of the blade going to the spine side is 5.5 inches on mine, and then the cutting edge, the actual cutting edge, full length of it is 5.25 inches. The width right here is 1 3/8. The thickness at the spine is 3/16 of an inch, and then the handle is 4.5 to 4 3/4. It kind of depends on where I measure at and where I have where I'm looking from. So if I'm looking up from anyways, it's 4.5 to 4 3/4. And I don't know the weight on it. I'd have to look on the Pathfinder or to Blind Horse Knives to actually get the weight on this thing. But I mean, it's a sturdy knife. There's no doubt about this thing's got some weight to it, but that means you don't ever have to worry about breaking this thing. If you can break this knife, you're doing some seriously hard work, and you should be using an axe instead of a knife. So we're gonna move this camera down a little bit so I can show this cutting. I've got some hardwood and some cedar that I'm gonna use for the feather sticks, and then I've got a couple of other pieces of random bits of wood that I cut up from the fallen trees that are around here to actually baton through. So be right back with you. Alright fellas, before I started this off, I actually wanted to show you a couple of my knives. I'm actually going to be doing a video either today or tomorrow, hopefully, on putting a patina on the Pathfinder blade. I did a patina on all my other blades just as test runs, and I used mustard so I could see what kind of pattern I would get, and then also I tried with some vinegar on it. So I don't know how well you can actually see this. Let's see if I can get it to focus a little bit better. Let's see my hand there. Alright, so the patina on that one is kind of got a splotchy patina to it. I figured out afterwards that the thinner the layer of mustard you put on there, the blacker it'll get. So the oxygen is actually able to get to it, that area, because there's a thinner layer on it. Live you learn, that's why I did it with my Moras and my other knives first. So that's my Mora companion. This is a knife that I actually handmade myself. I got the electrical tape on there because I was from doing the patina on it. So I haven't sharpened this one since I did the patina on it. But I mean, you can see that it's about the same size as the Pathfinder blade. Not quite as thick though. And then my sheath I made for it, just a regular drop sheath to put on a belt. And then this one is one that actually made, it was my original knife, my first one that I wanted to make, and during the heat treat the blade cracked. I don't think you're gonna be able to see that, but right here there's a crack in the blade from doing the heat treatment. But that's the other version of it. And I tried different ways of applying the mustard, and still haven't quite gotten the way I wanted to do it, but I'm gonna try to do it one of the ways anyway, see how it turns out on the Pathfinder, since I got a little bit better idea how it's going anyway. So the Pathfinder knife again, here it is. There's the blade, Pathfinder logo, Blind Horse Knives logo there. And now let's do the cutting test. Get this thing to focus in over there. Alright guys, here we go. We'll start off with the feather sticks first. First couple of passes, get this stuff off of here. I mean, this thing cuts like you wouldn't believe. And you can see it's putting off some curls. So that's the mountain juniper there. Love the smell of that stuff. And this is the hardwood, so let's get the bark off this. See how it goes. Oh yeah, once you get through that layer, you can definitely feel the bite on this stuff. I mean, even with the hardwood, you're getting some curls on there. It's not as nice as the softwood, but it works, guys. Alright, so my baton here, my mountain juniper up on here. thing is. That's one thing about the Pathfinder knife, guys. This thing is so freaking sturdy that you're not afraid to use it to do this. I mean, I actually broke one of my blades, one of the oldest blades I've had, or I have had, should I say had, trying to baton with it. It was too thin to baton with. It wasn't sturdy enough, and it just didn't want to do it. And you can see this thing is batoning pretty good through all that. And that stuff is well dried. There is no doubt about that stuff being actually full on dried out. This is a live one, or semi-live. It's not dried out yet, so I'd count that as alive, and it's pretty hard. It's the same stuff my baton is made out of. That thing, this blade will cut, man. I don't know if you guys can actually see what I'm doing right now. I'm just running through some tests to see how well it cuts against this stuff. I mean, it will shave the bark off this thing like nothing. Cedar here. Just seeing about putting a notch in something. This is not the kind of wood or the shape of wood you would be using to make a trap anyway, but if you can put a notch in this thing, you can put a notch in pretty much anything you're going to use to make a trap. And it's putting a notch in like no issues whatsoever. You can see it's a pretty good notch. It's about a 1/4 of an inch in on this thing already. Not much effort to do it. Yeah, you can see, I mean, got some parts to my baton still stuck on there, but I mean, see if I can get this in the camera again, focused up, but I mean, it went through everything with no issues whatsoever. It's got some tree resin on it, but I'll clean that off when I get home. Anyways, this has been Bear with Texas Bushcraft. Hope to see you guys again soon. I told you I would do the patina video as soon as I can get on that. And thanks for all the views. Thanks for all the time you guys have spent watching these videos and listening to me ramble on about stuff. Hope to see you guys in the forum and the Facebook page, and I definitely hope to see you guys at the gathering.